Chapter 1: A Rainy Night in the City. Elara, a romance writer, was in a massive slump. She was so stuck she felt like her brain had just hit a wall. One minute she was hiding from a sudden downpour under a cafe awning, and the next, this total stranger shows up. His smile was so warm, even in the gray weather. He offered his umbrella, and when their hands brushed, it was like a quiet little electric shock. His name was Julian. The next morning, Elara couldn't stop thinking about their perfect, quick moment together until her phone buzzed with a news alert. Some priceless art was stolen, and the main suspect, the guy from the Crosswalk. Chapter 3 to 4. The investigation begins. After that shocker, Elara went to her aunt's bookstore, Pages and Places. It's her cozy sanctuary, a complete escape from the city chaos. The bell on the door chimed, and Aunt Mev looked up with a knowing smile. "Rough night, sweetie?" she asked, already pouring tea. Elara just let it all out how she met Julian and what she saw on the news. She realized the police would probably just check camera footage and computer logs. But her mind, a writer's mind, saw a whole other way to look at it. Aunt Maev slid the teacup toward her. "The police look for facts," she said. "But a writer knows the real truth is in the little things. The details people forget to mention. You just need to use your intuition and find the story behind the story." With her aunt's advice and a cup of tea, Elara decides to start her own investigation. She isn't looking for data. She's looking for a narrative. She visits the local coffee shop and the art supply store next to Julian's gallery. She wants to know what the locals saw and what they're saying. The police have the facts, but Elara is determined to find the truth hidden in the heart of their community. Chapters 5 and 6, Growing Closer. So, after that conversation with her aunt, Elara decides to get back in touch with Julian. She uses her book as an excuse, telling him she needs to interview him about his side of the story for a character. It's a bit of a fib, but it works perfectly. They start spending a ton of time together. Julian shows her all these cool, hidden parts of the city, little cafes tucked away in alleys, rooftop gardens no one knows about. As they explore, they're talking about everything. They share secrets and a bunch of personal stuff they wouldn't tell just anyone. The romance between them starts to feel really real. And here is the interesting part. Every clue Elara uncovers about the art theft seems to clear Julian. The more she digs, the more obvious it becomes that he's innocent. All the evidence she finds points away from him and toward a new, mysterious person. It's like the universe is telling her to trust him. She has to find this third party, not just to solve the mystery, but to prove the guy she's falling for is a good one. Chapters 7 and 8. The Red Herring. Elara and Julian's investigation leads them to a promising new suspect, the artist's estranged apprentice. They discover the apprentice had a serious falling out with the artist right before the theft. This feels like the break they've been waiting for. They spend the next few days following a trail of breadcrumbs, a series of cryptic notes and old photos that the apprentice left behind in local cafes and vintage shops. It feels like a real-life scavenger hunt, and they're both totally invested. They laugh, they debate, they work together perfectly. It's exactly the kind of thing that solidifies their bond. Just as they're about to confront the apprentice, they uncover a crucial piece of information. The apprentice was out of the country when the theft happened. The alibi is solid, confirmed by flight logs and passport stamps. They've hit a dead end, and the real culprit is still out there. Chapter 9. The Timestamp. Elara and Julian hit a wall. But a tiny detail in the digital art field's hidden metadata gives them the break they need. The timestamp and location data point to a local photography shop, a place they had completely overlooked. Julian recognizes the shop owner's name. He was an old friend of the artist. They rush to the shop and confront the owner, who confesses everything. Out of professional jealousy, He faked the theft and used Julian's known movements to frame him. The stolen art piece was never actually gone. The mystery is finally solved. Chapter 10. Elara and Julian didn't wait. They took their evidence straight to the local authorities, who quickly got a full confession from the jealous shop owner. The news spread fast, and Julian was officially cleared. The city's small, close-knit community of artists rallied around him, relieved and celebratory. With the mystery solved, the tension that had been hanging over their heads finally lifted, allowing their romance to fully bloom. Elara's writer's block completely vanished. She had found a story more captivating than any fiction she could have ever imagined. Their story, the real-life adventure, the clues, the small acts of trust, and the love that grew between them were all she needed. She was ready to write again, her pages filled with a hero who was not only innocent but her own true love.